right, welcome to the Crypto Andrew channel. Right now, I do want to let you guys know we are only live on TikTok because my computer broke, so I can't stream. And this computer I have right now is not mine; it's a backup one that I'm borrowing. And it's a very old Mac, so I don't think it can record. Maybe it can, but I haven't figured that out yet. So right now, all we're doing is streaming on TikTok tonight. If you guys are new, appreciate it if you hit that follow button and hit the likes, because it does help the channel. If you guys are interested, we do have a Telegram which is free to join. A link to join that is in the description below, and we also have a Patreon. If you want to join that, you can join that through our Telegram or also in the links below. That is the it's $30 a month, and I give you my trade setups every day and what I see in the markets. With that being said, let's dive into the crypto markets. It's been about a week since I've been here because of the 4th of July and I was out of town. And because my computer broke. So let's look at Bitcoin. It does not look very good to me. If you guys have requests, let me know and I will look at them. So let's start out with Bitcoin. This should be interesting because I don't have a mouse either. So bear with me. It's kind of a slow computer, but it will get the job done tonight. So first of all, let's also look at the Fear and Greed Index. Right now, we're at 26. We are in fear. I think anything below 20 is extreme fear. So we're definitely in fear right now. Anything below 30, I believe, is fear. Just something I do like to look at and keep an eye on. But with that being said, let's go back to Bitcoin. I keep forgetting this isn't touchscreen, so right now the weekly time frame is oversold. I also never look at the monthly, but I do want to look at the monthly because we did just make a new monthly candle. So we still are overbought technically on the monthly stock RSI. Most of the time in bull markets, you're always overbought or going up. It's usually never curving down. So that is something to watch out for. The monthly has a lot more downside. Like I could see another 3 to 6 months of downside action on that, but you're in a bull market, so I'm hoping that might not matter. What's bearish to me right now, though, on the 3-day time frame is the fact that that we have lost 21-day moving average. You're still very far from the 200-day moving average, which is all the way down here at 37,000. If you lose a 21, you usually go to where the 200 is. That is just on one time frame, so don't worry just yet. But that's something to take note of, is that on the 3-day time frame, you've lost a 21, and the next stop is usually the 200. Now, if we go down to the next smallest time frame, the 2-day, you've lost a 21, and the 200 on the $2. If we look at the daily time frame right now, you've lost a 21, and you've also lost a 200. Usually when you lose the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame, the next thing I look at is go back to the 2-day. Usually, if you lose it on the daily, you're going to go to the 2-day, which again is at $45,000. So if we see a $45,000 Bitcoin or slightly higher, because I don't think we're going to go there in 5 seconds, I would not be surprised at all if we see a $47,000 Bitcoin before this downside correction is over. Like right now, the 12-hour time frame is waiting for a bounce. This is the 12-hour time frame now. We oversold, making a lower low. Now, unless Bitcoin on the 12-hour time frame gets back above $63,700, that's a lower high on the 12-hour. So Bitcoin, to remain bullish or to get bullish on the 12-hour time frame, has to get back above $63,700. I'm just going time frame by time frame lower. The 8-hour time frame is getting a small bounce, and your next stop that we need to see Bitcoin get back above on the 8-hour time frame or on any time frame is 65,500, because that is massive weekly resistance. Before that, you also have resistance at 60,000. So the next time frame I care about is a 6-hour. That's getting overbought pretty quickly with not much of a bounce. So I really don't like these smaller. Now that we're getting into the smaller time frames, I don't like what I'm seeing on the smaller time frames. Like the 4-hour time frame, that's a much lower high. The previous time, the 4-hour time frame was overbought. You're looking at $63,829. Now you're looking at like a $56,000, $57,000 Bitcoin. That is extremely bearish to me on the 4-hour time frame. The 2-hour time frame is already curving down, so it is not looking very good on that time frame. And the 1-hour might look to make a higher low here because it's getting oversold pretty quickly, but right now it doesn't look good to me. So smaller time frames or shorter term price action, Bitcoin must remain above $55,400 to remain bullish for a higher low on the 1-hour. But you've had a death cross now for quite some time on the 1-hour. You're getting rejected off the 21-day moving average. If you can break the 21-day moving average at 57,000, your next stop on the 1 hour would be 60,000. That would be very good. But then more resistance for Bitcoin at 60,000, and then of course at 65,500. So I gotta be honest with you right now, I'm not liking what I'm seeing on Bitcoin, and I am looking for more downside on Bitcoin into next week. Like this weekend, we might go sideways. It's hard to say, but I don't like what I'm seeing on Bitcoin right now. So the next supports to the downside is 55.5, and below that you do have a local low at 53,500, and then below that you're looking at more support at 52.7. But overall, I'm looking for more downside into next week. I think in the next 1 to 2 months, Bitcoin does see 47,000. That is just from what I'm looking at on the charts. So if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know. But with that being said, I'm not bullish on the market right now. It just doesn't look very good. I was looking at BLZ a little bit as well. So some coins are trying to get the bounce, but they're just lackluster, and most of them are making lower highs. So that's what I want to talk about right now about crypto. It doesn't look very juicy, unfortunately. But I will say long term, I would be buying if you believe in crypto long term for your long term portfolio. Short term, I see more downside. If you guys have requests, let me know. Thank you for the follow. Any suggestions about Black Dog? I've never heard of it, and if it's still pre-sale, I don't know about it. So thank you, Eli Davis, for the follow. Like I said, if you guys just joined, we are only live on TikTok tonight because I'm having computer issues. But we'll be back on YouTube in due time. So Black Dog, I don't know what that is. Pre-sale at 56 million. So yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm assuming Block DAG is a meme coin, but maybe not. Block DAG, I don't know. I've never heard of it, so can't help you there, unfortunately. You know what I'm not very excited about is Ethereum. That's like one of my biggest holdings. It made a new low on the weekly time frame. So like it made a lower low now than when we were in the bear market. The bear market low was $6.10. Now the newest low is $5. That's extremely bearish to me on Atom. It has really been a depressing coin to hold. I mean, not everything you hold wins. That's why you should have more than a few coins that you hold. But this is pretty depressing to look at. I'm not saying it can't do well or, double or triple from here into this bull market, but the fact it's made a lower low is extremely bearish to me on Atom. So I'm still holding it. I'm not buying more because at this point I'm a little bit worried. I know you should probably buy in the fear, but there's other coins I'm just accumulating right now, and Atom is not one of them because the chart to me looks extremely. The chart to me looks like we're in a new bear market on Atom. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's one of the few altcoins in the top 100 that look extremely bearish. But to make a new low from the bear market lows when we're in a bull market is a little bit worrisome. So to me, Atom, I'm holding it, but I'm not going to be buying more. I'm going to be buying more of coins that look somewhat more bullish, or are putting in higher lows on the weekly time frame. I don't know what's going on with Atom. So, yeah, it's a little bit worrisome. I will say this, though. I'm happy about this. I did buy Apple last week at 100, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, at $187, and today it made a new all-time high all the way up to $227. I don't usually talk about the stock market, but that is a very good sign. I did talk about this in my trading group as well. So on the weekly time frame, you're overbought. But like I bought this based on the monthly, and the monthly has more gas. It's currently at 60 on the RSI, and obviously you still have almost an entire month to go. So I could see if Apple breaks $205, which you've done, the next stop was $250. So that is kind of what from using fibs. So that's what I'm looking at. $247 is my price target on Apple. So that is some good news in a world of bad news in crypto. So at least the stock market's doing okay. That's a good sign. If you guys want to help support the channel, if you guys want to become a member, it does help. Also, the likes help. So I appreciate that. So what is the best coin you buy right now? It depends if you're thinking short term or long term. It just depends. Short term, I wouldn't say buy anything because the market looks like crap. But long term, I'd say buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can't go wrong with that, especially if you stake it. I liked to buy Atom because, I mean, they paid high APY, but obviously it doesn't look very good. I think Solana is a good play. Anything in the top 100 is a very good play, in my opinion. Most of them. I shouldn't say all of them. I'm buying more AMP. I like AMP a lot, so we'll see what happens with AMP. AMP is ready to bounce on the weekly, and you're making a higher low. So AMP is one that I'm buying, not financial advice. But AMP is down a lot from the highs. Like this is... AMP's high was 24, now you're down to 4. So it's a little bit worrisome to me, but I'm still buying more AMP nonetheless. But this is maybe one of the more high risk things to buy, because if it goes from 24 to 4, that's pretty extreme. Even though we're, I don't know. AMP is one I'm buying though. So we'll go back to BLZ. So if you guys have a request, let me know. Otherwise, with that being said, guys, I mean, there's not a lot more I have to talk about. What is today? Monday? No, today's Saturday. I'll be back live Monday, 11 p.m. Central Time. I could see BLZ doing some damage. It is making lower highs, but I could see it doing damage on the higher time frames. So that's something to have on your radar tonight is BLZ. Like, this is a falling wedge here. Let me just go down to the 7-minute time frame. 7-minute is making a higher low. I really would like to see this hold 16.4 cents, which you're basically sitting on right now. If you can hold 16.4 cents on BLZ, I could see more upside. One of the few coins that I actually see bouncing tonight, but that doesn't mean it will happen. These break up 68% of the time, and your measure move is 18 cents on BLZ. So I've been watching this ever since this morning when it was at 15.5. I should have bought then, I didn't. But this thing looks good to me on the 7-minute time frame. And if this happens, you get back above the 200 smooth moving average, which is always a good sign as well. I like the fact that you made a golden cross here, and then you get that nice rally. Now making a falling wedge, making a higher low as long as you can. As long as technically you stay above 15.6 cents on BLZ, it looks good super short term. So that's what I'm looking at. As far as Bitcoin goes, again, right now Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame is kind of, I don't expect much action. It is the weekend, but technically that is a bull flag. But if it was going to break out, I would have expected it to happen by now. Even though it is a bull flag, I would have expected it to happen by now. They usually don't take this long to break out on the 15-minute time frame. So I'm a little bit worrisome that it's just going to chop sideways or take a tumble when no one's expecting it. Everyone's trying to long it, and then you're going to get a long squeeze to the downside. You could even say that's actually like a bull pennant on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin super short term technically looks bullish to me, but I'd be very worrisome. And I very much cannot wait to buy a new computer because I hate this Mac a lot. I don't like it. Measure move for Bitcoin right now would take you up to that $60,000 range. So technically this is a bull pennant on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can hold the low here at 56,000, I see a move to 60,000 coming this weekend, and then that'd be a bit of short squeeze. If Bitcoin loses the level of 56,000, I see a move back to 55.5 and then probably eventually lower lows. So those are the price levels to watch out for. Is 56,000. And then a breakout of the bull pennant would be 57,100. So if you break either of those levels, expect fireworks to the downside or upside for Bitcoin. 56,000 and 57.1 are the price levels to watch out for either a breakout or a breakdown. Long term, I'd be buying Bitcoin, Ethereum. I think Atom will bounce. I like this one a lot as well, Orca, and I like AMP. Yeah, those are the ones I can't give you financial advice, but that's just my opinion on it. So Render and Engine. I think those are good ones as well. Do you want me to look at those? I can look at those as well. But I can, I think Renders and Engine are also great ones to hold. They're in the top 100. I haven't looked at the charts in a long time. I can look at those if you want me to, but I like those long term. I don't hold any of that, to be transparent, but I do like them. Let me go look at some of these. ICX. ICX, that's the chart. So this is on the 1 month time frame. Let me go. That 1 month looks really bad. Even the weekly, it doesn't look great to me. So I would probably stay away from ICX. ICP doesn't look probably much better, but it looks better than that. I know that. So this is on the weekly time frame for ICP. Technically, you're making a higher low here. As long as you don't lose $2, technically ICP is making a higher low on the weekly time frame. But ICP, the fact that it was $1,750 and then the low was $2 is a little bit worrisome. So to me, ICP is, again, not one I'd touch, but it looks a lot better than ICX. So if it holds above $2, that's a higher low on the weekly. So I'll do the chart on these. Render. Let's go look at Render. I'll use the the Binance chart. Okay, so monthly has downside. The weekly is oversold. You had a falling wedge here that failed to break out, so I guess we can negate that. We can get rid of that on Render. And then if you lose this support here at $6.20, your next stop is going to be down here to $3.41 on the weekly time frame. So you most definitely cannot lose $6.20. I could even see you getting a small bounce at $5.30. But really, $5.30, and then I'd be looking for $3.35 if Render cannot hold $6.20. If you lose $6.20, you would also have a little bit of support here at $5.30. I already said that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Render loses $6.20, $5.30 is incoming, not financial advice, just what I see on the charts. Really, there's nothing else more to talk about. There's no point going to the smaller time frames if you're talking about 12 months. The other one you told me to look at was Engine Coin. This is on Coinbase. So the weekly time frame, let me go down to the weekly, or up to the weekly. This is the weekly. That's a falling wedge. Now, whether you break out or not might be another story. The fact you made that lower low there is not a good sign. And you are sitting on some support down there at $14, but if you lose $14, which is a little bit ways away, I don't want to see it go that low, because if you go to $14, technically that's still support, and you're not on support right now. But what worries me is that that's no longer a falling wedge if that happens. So to me, you cannot lose this level at 19, and if you do, you most definitely cannot lose 14, or it's going to really crash. If you lose 14, your next stop is going to take you like to $10. So you don't want to lose those levels on Engine. So that is what I'm looking at right now. If you hold this level here at $19-20, I mean, this rising or this falling wedge would take you all the way up to resistance at 52, and then above that your measured move is $70 on Engine. I got that measured move a while back. I don't know when I did this. I'll just make sure that that's accurate. Yeah, it is accurate. Yep. Maybe it's slightly lower than $70, but either way, it'd be $68 to $70 is the measured move of that falling wedge on Engine. So if Engine can hold, get back above $20, I'd be very bullish on Engine. Right now, though, it's kind of struggling. You can't lose $14. That's your line in the sand to hold on Engine Coin. So you guys are welcome. With that being said, that's kind of everything I got. We got one like. That's a little bit depressing. But that's kind of what I wanted to look at tonight. I'll be back live on Monday, 11 p.m. Central Time. I probably will still just be on TikTok then. But hopefully in about a week or so, I can get my computer back and get going on YouTube again. But yeah, So with that being said, that's what we got going. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, trade safe. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. And I will see you guys in the next one. I don't see any new requests. So I'll see you guys in the next one. 1 million amp. I think that will serve you well as long as Bitcoin doesn't, as long as we're not in a bear market, that'll be good. I don't think we are. But, yeah, that's all I got, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate the likes, and I'll see you guys on Monday, 11 p.m. Central Time. Have a good weekend. I'll post this live stream onto my YouTube as well.